Type in what installer you want to run, basic or advanced. Here we type in advanced. Enter the path in which to install the shroot.jl environment. Read the Vasco End User License Agreement. Press the space bar to scroll down. You need to type yes to agree the license. If you want to install the PostgreSQL database, then type yes. If you wish to use another database, enter number. If you want to install the Identikey server component on this machine, then type yes. If you want to install the web administration on this machine, then type yes. If you want to install the command line administration, then type yes. If you want to install the self-management, then type yes. If you want to install the provisioning sample website, then type yes. If you want to install the MDC, then type yes. If you want to install the audit viewer, then type yes. Read the Java End User License Agreement. Press the space bar to scroll down. You need to type yes to agree the license. Select the user to run the Identikey service. Select the user to run the MDC service. The configuration wizard will start. Use the following controls when using this configuration wizard: arrow keys and the tab key to navigate around the screens. Navigate to next and hit enter to continue. Navigate to previous and hit enter to go back a screen. Navigate to cancel, hit enter, and confirm to exit the configuration wizard early. Use enter to select an item to edit, and to close the edit window when the edit is complete. Backspace to erase an entry. Up or down arrow to progress down a page, or to scroll through drop-down lists. Escape to escape from an edit window. If required, select an IP address to use for Identikey server. This is the IP address that the Identikey server will bind to and accept client requests on. Please be aware that the Identikey server license will be tied to this address. In a separate command window, copy the license file to /opt/vasco/identikey. In the original command window, enter the location, relative to the installation directory, and file name of the license file. Select the scenarios to be enabled by entering yes on each scenario that is required. Entering no will disable that specific scenario for that Identikey server. If you wish to use a hardware security module with Identikey server, enter the location of the pkcs11 library file, typically named libcryptokey.so, within the shroot environment. Enter the HSM storage details, storage key label, slot ID, token label and token pin. Enter the HSM sensitive data details, sensitive data key, token label and token pin. When running the embedded PostgreSQL database, the ODBC data source name is Identikey with username digipass and password digipassword. Select a user ID and domain name case conversion option. Enter a name for the master domain, or hit enter to use the default name of master. Enter a user ID for the administrator account. Enter a password and confirm it. Select how Identikey server should encrypt sensitive data. Select if Identikey server should secure the audit file. Select Generate and install a new test SSL certificate, or install my own SSL certificate. To generate and install a new test SSL certificate, provide a private key password and select a signature algorithm. Select Generate and install a new test SSL certificate, or install my own SSL certificate for seal. To generate and install a new test SSL certificate, provide a private key password and select a signature algorithm. You can choose to use the Identikey SSL certificate, for which you don't need to enter further certificate details, or to generate and install a new test certificate. Set the SNMP user. Select No DNS connection to not register the Identikey server with the DNS server at this point in time. Select DNS connection supporting dynamic DNS to register the Identikey server with the DNS server using dynamic DNS. Select DNS server using dynamic DNS with SIG authentication to register the Identikey server with the DNS using SIG. Indicate how you wish to deploy the administration web interface. Select Deploy Web Admin and connect to the local Identikey server to deploy the web administration interface and connect it automatically to the Identikey server on the same machine. Select Deploy Web Admin and connect to a remote Identikey server, and supply a remote server SOAP URL to connect the web administration interface to an Identikey server on a different machine. Select Connect to a remote administration web interface client, and enter the IP address of the remote web administration interface client to create an administration client component record on the Identikey server. Select Do not deploy web administration interface to deploy the web administration interface at a later date. If the Identikey server SDK sample web client has been installed, enter the IP address of that machine. A client component record will be created for the machine. A summary of the configuration will be displayed. Identikey server configuration settings are stored in an XML configuration file. This may be found in /etc/vasco/identikeyconfig.xml within the chroot environment. Identikey is now installed. Here are some helpful tools and where to find them.